Hey y'all, another live Facebook feed. Hope things are going well for all my friends. Hopefully I get some event logs soon. And today I'm going to watch videos again, some NASCAR videos, and looks like Austin Ruskoff has joined. Good for him, and Jessica Brinkley has as well. Hope things are going well for y'all, and thought I'd begin again with showing off my screenplay I published. Most say in The Great Escape. I'm trying to publicize my screenplay as much as possible, and you can get it on Amazon.com, which is who I work for as far as my writing career, and it's a pretty good read for people that are Christian, as well as people that, like illustrations and art, and like film and theater. It's a very good read for y'all, and anything helps as far as my writing career. So if you want to order my screenplay, anything helps as far as my writing career. All right. I'll show off another book I have so people can look into that too. If anyone has a friend who has Asperger's disorder, then this is another good read for y'all. My fictionally true story based on my life, from green flags to blue flags, and it's about my battle with Asperger's disorder. And this was published in 2013, and I promoted it at the Scottsdale Transition Conference, and that was a fond memory of mine. All right, thought I'd watch some NASCAR videos now. If anyone likes sports like that. Let me see what there is. Wonder if there's any good ones. What is there? Okay. Todd Bodine wins in Nashville.
Almost, not quite. 2 laps remain. Todd Bodine. I'm glad Todd Bodine can't see this. He's like, come on, guys, just keep it going straight for one more lap. I need that white flag. And he's coming off turn 4, and that's what's waving right now. White flag in the air. Todd Bodine. One more time around Nashville Super Speedway. Todd knows there's not going to be a green and white checker. It looked like the 0-1 cost the momentum to Justin Lofton.
Yep.
Justin wants that spot bad. Todd Bodine has won at some impressive racetracks. But when you talk about trophies, Nashville Super Speedway, winning at this racetrack has one of the most impressive. A Sam Bass decorated Gibson guitar goes to the winner. And that tonight will be Todd Bodine winning at Nashville Super Speedway.
Never give up. Great job, boys. Love y'all. Proud just to be part of this team. Man, that's it. Never give up. Keep digging. We just keep doing this. Get us a little guitar.
You heard Todd Bodine say guitar lessons. Austin Dillon with another great run. That's 7 top 10 finishes in a row for him. Erica Almirola with a 3rd place finish, trying to stay in contact with our point leader, Todd Bodine. Let's go down to the winning crew chief. He's with Ray Dunlap.
Mike, I'm just wondering if that one that got away in 2006 makes this one even more special.
You can't never get them back when they get away, Ray. I'm so proud of all these guys. We've been working so hard to get everything ready to go every week. All the guys in the fab shop, all the guys that stay home, John Dysinger and all his guys working on the motors. We got one. We got us a guitar now. Sorry, Bobby G, you don't get to play it. And the bad thing is these poor boys got to work tomorrow morning to get ready to go to Darlington. So I guess tomorrow night we'll have to celebrate a little bit.
I would assume that you've got Darlington marked on your calendar as one of those races where you just got to get in there and get out of there. Or do you go after it and try to get another win?
I think you've seen at Pocono and at Iowa that we're going to get a win every week. We're not going to points race. We're just going to keep doing our deal. This is how you get the most points, lead most laps, and win.
Mike Hillman Jr. gets win number 19 as a crew chief in the Camping World Trucks.
19 wins, 4th all time for Todd Bodine. Behind Hornaday, Skinner, and Spray. Making quite a name for himself in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Guys, at the top of the show, we talked about the 3 trucks that have been fast since the time they unloaded them. Todd Bodine, Austin Dillon, Timothy Peters. Well, they finished 1st, 2nd, and 4th, so they were pretty close to dominating this day. Almirola throws his name into that top 4, actually finishing in the 3rd position.
Let's see who has the nerve
Johnny
to text
Sauter
me
coming
at this
home
time.
in the 5th spot.
Oh,
back
it's my
in
mom.
6th, Kraft
Okay.
in 7th. Those guys all were competitive, but darn, no one ever showed the
All right,
speed like
cool.
Timothy Peters showed early and Todd Bodine showed late. Todd Bodine gets his first win at Nashville Superspeedway. Joining Ron Hornaday now for the wins at this racetrack. Certainly congratulations to Bob Germain, all the Germains. They've been all in this truck series in NASCAR, and it's good to see that Germain.com truck pulling into victory lane. Justin Lofton and the 18 of Brian Eichler. Maybe some differences. This is after the checkered flag flew. You see Lofton letting Eichler know not too happy about the way we were racing on the track.
We watched those guys battle. They were both of them sideways down to 1 and 2 about 5 or 6 laps ago.
We must have missed part of the story because it didn't look like Justin had anything he should be mad at because he's the one that ran into the side of Eichler. Lofton's on the inside. This was about 4 laps to go. Lofton slides up the racetrack, catches the 18.
Yeah, that's down in 1 and 2. That's what we were watching and saw him as Matt Crafton was able to drive by.
Okay.
Final lap. Lofton trying to squeeze by that 0-1 of Joe Aramendia, but Joe was up the racetrack, so Lofton has to check up.
I think he's upset that Brian Eichler tried to use that 0-1 for a pick and tried to block him by using that 0-1 truck, and I think that's what Justin's mad about.
Well, aren't you supposed to do
I was going to say, I
think that's part of racing, isn't it?
I'm just saying that's why he's mad.
That's why he's upset. And, well, they were upset. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Adam Alexander.
And Brian Eichler, one of the more calm personalities you will see in the garage area, especially for a young guy. Obviously, you and Justin Lofton had some differences of opinion there in the closing laps. Take us through what happened on track and the situation after the checkers.
I don't really know. We weren't like we were racing for the win there. We're racing for about 10th, I think. So just uncalled for. These things already having a difficult night, struggling a little bit. No need to tear these trucks up. But got to thank Kyle Busch Motorsports for the opportunity and Toyota, everything they do. Not the night we wanted, but we'll come out of it for a decent day for points.
Did you and Justin talk after the race here?
No. I talked to his crew chief, but I don't know where he went.
All right, thank you.
Todd Bodine starts climbing out here in victory lane. The Youngin is back. He
Yeah.
came into this race tonight
Good for
tied with
him.
Kyle Busch with 18 wins. He moves ahead, and now he's ready to play guitar. Sam Bass comes in here with a signature trophy, and Todd, I know it's been a long time. You've been wanting one of these pretty bad.
I tell you, I've been so close so many times. Even though the fairgrounds, I was close. We were close with this truck before. Jermaine Tundra, Jermaine team is awesome, man. These guys are the ones that do this every week. I got to thank JD, all the guys in the motor shop, awesome motor again. Thank all the fans, all of them sitting in the grandstands watching on TV. We appreciate it. And it's about time I got this. Woo! Look at that.
That's an awesome trophy, no question about it. And a statement that you made on the radio that this team is there and you're in championship form again.
We are. We struggled a little bit in the beginning of the season, trying some different stuff, and we were fortunate to get top 5 runs out of it. And Junior and Tom Ackerman went to work, figured out what we were doing wrong, and we've been fast ever since. I made a couple of mistakes. Iowa was my mistake, and we should have been top 2 there. I mean, this truck's fast every week, and that's how you win championships, and then you stay out of trouble and get to the front. And so far, we've been doing it.
You gonna wipe this one off and take it to Darlington?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know what Junior's got in mind. He's got something up his sleeve.
He always does. Here, get that guitar up here. We want to see if you do you need lessons or do you know how to play?
I don't know how to play, but I got a really good friend, Bo Bice, is a really good guitar player. But my boss, Bob Germain, begged me for this guitar. Bob Hillman Sr. says it's going in a trophy case, so you have to fight him for it.
All right, Bo Bice would normally be here. He was at Watkins Glen to sing the national anthem. He won't be here to celebrate, but Todd will with all his guys. Win number 2 of 2010.
That's a good win for Todd Bodine, I'll say. And I think I'm going to see his when he won the championship in 2010 for trucks. That was a good win for him as well, yeah.
What a celebration this will be for the Germain family, Germain Racing, and everyone involved with that organization. Todd Bodine won the first championship for the Bodine boys a couple years back and now claims the second. Let's go down to trackside where the 30 truck is parked right in front of the trophy, and we go to Ray Dunlap.
And here comes Todd Bodine climbing out of this Germain Motor Company Toyota Tundra. On the first day of the year in 2010, he celebrated a honeymoon. Late November, you celebrate your second championship. How does it feel?
It's I never thought that I'd be a one-time champion, let alone two-time champion, and I don't know what to say. It's because of these guys up on the stage and all the guys back at the shop that ain't here. Appreciate the hard work. It's hard in a career to be a part of a group that cares as much as this one and is as good as this one. And I'm fortunate now. This is our 5th year together, and we're going strong, and I count my blessings every day to be a part of a group like this that care and want to win and want to run up front and can do it every week.
That's not bad. Obviously, it's not as celebrity-like as the Cup Championship, but, regardless, that was a good win because, doesn't look like there's much publicity into it as the Cup Series from what it looks like, but, that's a good win for Todd Bodine, and I'm going to see if there's any other good videos to watch. Let me see what there is. Maybe some Dario Franchitti stuff. Oh, it looks like Dario Franchitti and Dr. Steve Olvey have an interview. Steve Olvey was the medical director for CART IndyCar that saved a lot of lives while being a doctor and wrote a book about it called Rapid Response. And let's see what they have to say about it, about concussions in racing.
It would be easy for me to sit here and say, you should always, take your health into first consideration, all that stuff. I know when I was a younger driver, as I said before, I drove with broken bones, I drove with concussions. I did it because I didn't want somebody else driving my car. I didn't want to be out of the seat. It's what I lived to do. And I would do anything to get back in that car as quickly as I possibly could.
If they show signs of a concussion, the term is when in doubt, sit them out. If they show signs of a concussion, they need to be taken out of the game or out of the race at that time and then carefully observed for at least an hour. You really have to rely on the athlete themselves, the driver, to report symptoms.
Well, they're all different. I mean, each concussion I had, and a lot of them I didn't actually really register I had a concussion. It was like a small bump. Felt a little kind of not confused, but a little just not quite as sharp maybe. And then there was the big concussions when you were sort of losing memory for weeks at a time.
It's an alteration in brain function as a result of biomechanical forces that act on the head. And you have to realize that the brain actually sits in a thick viscous fluid inside the skull, so the head will move differentially from the brain itself.
My last crash, the damage to the brain was caused by the speed of rotation, apparently. And both him and Dr. Trammell were sort of explaining to me what happened and how my brain basically stayed still and everything else moved around quickly, and they did the damage to the brain by the speed of rotation. So, the helmet I wore that day really has no damage. If you look at the helmet, I'd be quite happy putting it back on now and running it again.
It's commonly misunderstood that you have to be unconscious in order to have a concussion, and that's not true at all. In fact, many concussions, I'd say a large percentage, maybe 30%, I'm just guessing there a little bit, there's no loss of consciousness whatsoever.
The one at Goodwood in the Jaguar E-Type, apparently, yeah, I was asleep. But otherwise, said, no, I was chatting away. Not making much sense, but chatting away.
If there's no loss of consciousness, the driver may have difficulty speaking in intelligent sentences, may have complain of difficulty with vision, may have ringing in his ears, may have trouble with balance. And then what is done in most major sports now is a test called IMPACT that was designed at the University of Pittsburgh several years ago, has been used all over the world in thousands of athletes with concussions. And this takes 25, 30 minutes to administer. It's a neuropsychiatric exam.
I took the impact test a lot, just every year as doing the baseline, and then I took it several times after crashes.
All right, I think I've heard enough about concussions because kind of sounds a little bit painful to think about. All right, before I call it quits for the day, I thought I'd show off my books again. Again, this is about my battle with Asperger's, and if you know anybody who has autism, then it's the read for them. And again, this is my own screenplay I wrote and published. I self-published it, and it's available on both Kindle and paperback, and it's called Mose and the Great Escape, and it's by Doug Kenny. And as y'all can see, there's my photo to show that it's truly me that wrote it. And so far, I hope things are going well for everybody, and thank you for joining me today. And I'll keep doing these live Facebook feeds in the future. Have a good one.